I feel like I'm surrounded by social media royalty and just talent in general. Um, what I loved about this film is Sabrina, your character basically grabs Liza, doesn't give her much time to say no, and sticks her in a situation that could go either way. So I'll start with you. When was the last time a friend put you in a situation where you didn't have a chance to say no and you ended up having to just go along and ride the wave?
Oh, wow. That's a great question. I feel like I'm more the person that does that for other people. Not necessarily, I try not to put people in situations that could be detrimental to the rest of their lives. It's something I try to do on a daily. But there's definitely times where like I will be the person that like I did this to my friend Joey a couple weeks ago. I really wanted donuts, and this place that I like to get donuts at is like a 40-minute drive. I was like, we need to go get donuts. And she didn't know it was going to be a 40-minute drive. And she was like, why are we still driving? They're just,
Yeah.
I was like, you don't get it. You'll get it when we get there. But yeah, I don't think that was detrimental. If anything, that ended up going the right way.
All right, I have to know what donuts were these donuts? Were they Dunkin' Donuts or?
No, no, no. It's a very small little small owned business shop
Oh,
like in deep in the valley.
huh.
And yeah, they're great, and they like open at like 6 p.m. and then they go all night, but
Oh
it's
my
like
God.
an outdoor little stand. They're really good.
Yeah.
All right, I'm putting that on my list of places to go. Liza, how about you? When was the last time you got dragged into something and you didn't even have a chance to say no?
It was literally Sabrina. Very parallel experience to the driving experience. I think it's because she just got her driver's permit, which is very similar to her character in the movie. She's Method. But
Right.
she did trick me trick me, same thing for her, into giving her a ride home. And she lives out much farther than I anticipated. And now I know where she lives. So anytime I want to pull her into a situation, I know where to go get her.
Yeah.
I, I see a theme here in terms of Sabrina friends and favors involving cars. In the movie, your character has kind of well, I guess it's really your mom that tries to get you in the zone with Get On Your Feet. What song gets you in the zone every time?
I'd have to say "Let Me Move You" by Miss Sabrina Carpenter, which is also in the movie. It's a brand new song, just released, and it is basically the anthem of Work It. So I'm excited people to get moving to it because I have been, and it is it's a good experience once you play it.
I was gonna say "Formation" by Beyonce. Like, I would love to give myself some free promo, but Liza does it for me.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah,
Yeah.
"Formation," anything by Beyonce, I think Liza and I can both agree is a very much. It just makes you focus. You don't even have to think about it. You're
Yeah.
in the zone.
It's the
Yeah.
confidence. It's the
Yeah.
confidence she exudes that rubs off on everybody else too. So Beyonce all the way.
Well, you just led me to my next question. In the film, you kind of invoke the spirit of Beyonce. You basically pray to
Try.
Queen Bey. Who is that person, Sabrina? Who do you like to invoke the spirit of? Who motivates you in that way where you kind of, I don't want to use the word pray to them, but you know what I'm saying.
Beyonce. Yeah, I mean, I don't know how much more method we can get in this scenario, but I think the reason why that like that little prayer that she does like was very it was very realistic. That's someone that I look up to in a lot of ways. She's an incredibly hardworking, talented. Talented isn't even like the word to describe Beyonce. She's like more than that. But yeah, I mean, there's so many people I feel that way about. Rihanna also. Like, I'm a huge Rihanna fan. I feel like people definitely pray to like Meryl Streep. I'm trying to think of like all these like icons. I mean, there's so many. I mean, we've grown up seeing them, and like JT and like Britney and Christina. Like, I grew up with all those in the Mickey Mouse Clubhouse. So yeah, there's a lot of great icons.
I think the cameras were just rolling and Sabrina was getting ready to film a scene and she was praying to Beyonce and they happened to capture that part and put it in the movie. But same for me. I'm from Houston, Texas, born and raised. So off-brand Beyonce is who I call myself. I am working towards having her thighs one day. They're not in this movie. Stay tuned for the next one. We'll see.
But yeah, no, I think just embracing that confidence is what you try to do before every scene.
I'd like her ass just between you and me. So I'm gonna go. I'm gonna
Yes,
work on that.
Beyonce's.
Girl, she likes it too. I like it too.
Hey, listen, thanks so much. Liza, I went to Plano Senior High, and you know how big drill team is in Texas. There were 64 girls that tried out, 60 made it. I was one of the 4 who did not.
No.
So this movie inspired me.
Aw.
Okay, so once again, you are beyond charming in this. How long do you think it would take you to teach someone like me who never even made the drill team because she has no moves to dance? How long would it take somebody as good as you?
You're very kind. I appreciate that. I live with the mentality of if you can walk, you can dance, right? I've seen, especially like, you know, my time on Dancing with the Stars, I've seen people that had 2 left feet, you know, at the beginning of the process be taught, be trained, and be, you know, be able to learn and evolve as a person that like really wants to do it. I think that like the real ticket there is if you actually want to put the work in and do it. Right. But I think that if you can, if you can walk, you can dance. And there are dancers that can't even walk, you know, and you actually, funny enough, get to see some of that in Work It. You know, there's a beautiful sequence where Jake and Quinn, my character and Sabrina's character, they go on a date, and you know, you get to see some people that are dealing with disabilities, you know, take that superpower really that they have and make something really beautiful with it. I mean, you get to see there's a couple of break dancers, one with one leg that can do things with his body that I couldn't even dream of doing. And it's so beautiful to see. But if you, that's kind of the ticket there really, is like, you see somebody like that, you know, took something that a lot of people would consider a disability and make something of that. You know, anybody can, you just have to want it.
That scene was pretty inspiring, I have to admit. The other thing, you know, in this film, she's got kind of that song that her mom is convinced puts her in the zone. Is there a song, and you can't answer one of your fabulous songs, is there a song that puts you in the zone every time?
Yeah, probably September by Earth, Wind and Fire.
Oh.
Yeah, that's the one for me. I don't care what I'm getting ready for, what I'm about to do. It gets me right.
You know, she kind of invokes the spirit of Beyonce in some of her prayers. Is there somebody that you look up to that you've actually kind of, you know, it's hard to use the word pray to them, but to invoke their spirit? Who's that person for you?
Yeah, I mean, I think that I have been inspired and I continue to be inspired by people, by artists, by writers, producers, et cetera, in my industry. There are a handful of people that I think I definitely really admire as artists. But I think there are a key few that to me, nobody can top. One of them, probably number one for me, is Prince. He's just,
amazing.
You know, I miss him, man.
You and me both.
I speak for a lot of people when I say that, but they're just, there weren't a lot of people like him.
I know they just wrapped me, but quickly, I can't imagine anybody who has handled this pandemic better. You were on Broadway, and of course it shut down. You were supposed to be married less than a week ago, I think. How have you handled this and navigated this?
We just, you know, life is life. You know, sometimes the balls that are thrown at you are lobbed and, you know, slow pitched and are ready to be hit for a home run. Sometimes they are speedy curve balls that you have to work a little extra hard to navigate. And, you know, for us, we've been friends since we were kids, you know, so we grew up with, you know, a trust factor and a communicative nature in our relationship that has made all of this the easiest that it can possibly be. I think, of course, we were excited. And of course, we had a really beautiful day planned, and it got moved. It's in November now, and that's okay. We're still doing life. You know, we have each other and we love each other. And so that's, you know, the day that all of that is celebrated and we technically get married, even though we already feel that we are, you know, that'll come and it'll be a beautiful thing.